First, your reaction to the governor's executive order appointing a special prosecutor to investigate Elijah's death.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. Well, of course, we're happy that a responsible adult has finally stepped in, but why has it taken so long? Why does it take millions of signatures from people outraged across the globe and international media attention before there is some scrutiny on the murder of an innocent black man who's just walking home from the convenience store with some iced tea?
What are they saying? Why did it take so long?
You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. We called for an independent investigation last fall. We stood on the steps of the Aurora Municipal Building demanding an independent investigation. And what we heard for almost an entire year was crickets. Then after the petition reached somewhere around 1 million people, the city of Aurora claimed that it had hired a so-called independent investigator. It took the media about 5 minutes to figure out who they had actually hired was a former police officer turned lawyer whose entire legal career is defending officers who use excessive force. So that's hardly an independent investigator. That's somebody who is brought in to circle the wagons and defend the indefensible conduct of these officers who killed this innocent young man. Why did it take so long? There's no good reason for it.
What did authorities tell Elijah's family about what happened to him the night he died?
You know, the callousness with which they dealt with the family is really really tragic, because this is a family that was very, very close. I mean, Elijah was a lovely young man by all accounts. I'm so sorry I never got a chance to meet him, but they didn't tell the family what had happened. They said he had gotten into some kind of an altercation. I mean, what we're dealing with here is a young man whose greatest crime was walking home while being black. He was swaying his arms to the music that he was listening to in his earbuds. He was wearing a mask, as it turns out all of us do now every single day. But somehow people thought that that was sketchy. And while the 911 caller was very clear he hadn't committed any crime, he didn't have a weapon, nobody was in danger, these 3 police officers came up on Elijah McClain, grabbed him, even though he said he was just going home, he was an introvert to respect his boundaries, tackled him, and used a multiplicity of forces against him, 2 carotid chokeholds, and you can hear him crying in the background, saying all kinds of things. I don't have a weapon. I'm a vegetarian. I don't even kill flies. I mean, this man is a peaceful person who was murdered.
A peaceful person that paramedics administered the sedative ketamine. Why did they do that?
There's another good question, Stephanie. He was fully restrained. Elijah was handcuffed on the ground with a weight of an officer on his back and another on his legs. He had been vomiting from the force used against him. And as he was vomiting, one officer said, "Oh, don't get that on me." Another one, who apparently thought Elijah wasn't laying quite still enough as he's being pressed down in his own vomit, said, "I'm going to bring in a dog to bite you if you don't quit messing around." I mean, talk about the cruelty. But he was completely restrained, totally still on the ground. And yet these Aurora medics came in and gave him not just a dose of ketamine, but a dose of ketamine that, if appropriate at all, which it wasn't, would have been appropriate for somebody over twice his size, about a 300-pound person. Elijah was about 140 pounds.
140 pounds when he lost his life. We won't get a chance to know Elijah. So what would his family want the public to know about him? What kind of person was he?
Elijah was a massage therapist. He had dedicated his life to healing others. He was a musician and an artist. He would take his lunch breaks at the local animal shelter and play violin for pets waiting to be adopted because he was concerned that they might be lonely. I mean, it is hard to imagine somebody who is angelic as it sounds like Elijah was. I'm so sorry that I never had a chance to meet him. Everybody who encountered him said that he brought joy and light everywhere he went.
He sounds like he was an extraordinary young man. For you, legally, what are your next steps?
Well, legally, we're gratified that there's going to finally be an independent investigation into the criminal misconduct of all of these officers. And the criminal misconduct goes beyond what is even apparent. All of the officers who attacked Elijah McClain dislodged their body cameras intentionally as they did so to try to avoid accountability. So there's an awful lot to look at here. So while that criminal investigation is ongoing, we're also getting ready to file the civil lawsuit, because as we've seen time and time again, the only way that families are able to really attain justice in this world is through the civil court system, because officers don't police their own, and the district attorneys very rarely ever prosecute officers. So I'm glad the governor has stepped in and appointed the the attorney general to do an investigation. In the meantime, we'll be filing a civil suit.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.